Since 2008, nonprofit organization Tampa Bay Wave says it's been fostering a stronger tech startup ecosystem in Tampa and throughout Florida. I spoke with founder and CEO Linda Olson about the evolution the state has seen across the tech and cybersecurity industries. Take a listen.
Well, I can tell you as a Florida native, I've seen Florida's innovation ecosystem come a long way. I had an opportunity to work in Boston and New York in the early 2000s, so I saw what Tampa Bay and Florida could have. We were able to kind of launch our accelerator program in 2013, and since then we've seen a lot of shift happening. We were one of the first accelerators in Florida. In 2020, I think is where you really saw the hyper growth start to happen. COVID, I think, caused our communities all across the state to really start to think about how to more focus on, I'll say, industry clusters. And I think that is where we've seen just a tremendous amount of growth. We are doing things in cyber tech. We launched our first cyber tech cohort in 2021. We are now doing things in fintech and health tech, as well as defense tech, and now blue tech. So when we do these types of programs that are very industry focused, as well as other groups around the state of Florida, it really allows us to attract the talent and the capital that we need to really focus on these industries. I think that was transformational for our state.
Some say that Florida's entrepreneurial environment has a distinct energy compared to places like Silicon Valley or Austin. What do you think sets Florida apart?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, those of us who are working on the ecosystem here, we see Silicon Valley, but we want to be our very own strong ecosystem. One of the things I think that sets Florida apart, especially on the west coast of Florida, is we're a little bit Southern hospitality meets Midwestern friendliness. And so we welcome people to come here and help build the ecosystem with us. Founders come here and feel like they're not just building a company, but they're making an impact on the communities that they live in. So it's a very special place from that. On top of that, I think when people come here, they're surprised to find out the resources and the talent that we have here in the state. We have a number of universities here that have AAU status, meaning that they are considered significant or major research universities. So we have incredible talent, incredible innovation, and we've got a unique collaborative environment with organizations like Tampa Bay Wave, as well as others across the state. So we have an inviting, welcoming ecosystem that can give these startups everything they need to grow and scale here.
And I understand that Tampa Bay Wave has been a big part of that innovation and a force in fueling that growth. Can you share a bit more about the kinds of startups that are coming through your accelerators and what makes Florida such fertile ground for their success?
Sure. I like to say when we work with startups, we're looking for those that are trying to solve real world solutions. So not necessarily trying to launch another social network, so to speak, but those that are trying to solve things in the cyber defense, national security space, and healthcare, fintech innovation. And so when we do work with these types of startups, it allows us to really attract the investors and the capital that also are looking for investable, scalable businesses working on real solutions. This is what allows us, I think, to collaborate with others across the state and really make a meaningful difference.
All right, and what sectors or types of technology are seeing the fastest growth right now across Florida's startup landscape?
The nice thing about Florida is we have a diverse economy, and there's diversity even in our innovation ecosystem. Defense has always been a strong industry here, but certainly with what's happening in the venture capital markets, we're seeing a lot more interest coming in on the defense tech. That also includes cyber and the AI type of technology companies that we have a strong history of working with. But we're also seeing a lot of expansion happening in the areas of what we call blue tech or ocean enterprise. A lot of that has dual use capabilities, so it gets really a lot of interest from both the defense sector as well as other sectors in the maritime and that type of space.
All right, and what is next for Tampa Bay Wave and for Florida's broader innovation ecosystem?
Sure. Right. I'll tell you from a Tampa Bay Wave perspective, we will be launching our very own defense tech centered or focused accelerator program in 2026. But we're also doing things in fintech with some national partnerships. We're bringing in partnerships like Regions Bank, which allows us to bring in national speakers. So we continue to bring in new industries every time to respond to what the market conditions are looking for.